Hi, I am coming to you today with number 6 of a 7-part series on your thoughts create your life. My name is Gigi Suratsides. I am a rapid transformational therapist and clinical hypnotherapist. I want to talk to you today about the mind will always move you away from pain and draw you toward pleasure. This can be good or bad, depending on how you use it, because we are hardwired to keep ourselves safe. But the way we manage this internal safety mechanism is sometimes not serving us. As an example, your mind believes what's in your best interest. And this scenario, you are at work, and let's say you're really stressed out, and all you can think about is getting out of work, you're done with this day, and you really need a drink badly. You are actually telling your mind what a difficult day it's been, and that if you don't get that drink, you are going to die, because those are the messages you're giving yourself. And you want to be able to lower your anxiety, calm your nerves, and make yourself feel better. But you see, all of those words that you tell yourself, they are actually becoming pictures in your mind, and those pictures are actually becoming some form of reality. And your brain will figure out a way to get you what you need, whether it's good for you or not. So you see, you end up leaving work and you go to a restaurant, a bar, you go home, you open up a drink, and you see yourself relaxing, and you start to believe that you can get yourself through any day that's stressful if you just have a drink. So every time work is over, you get yourself an alcoholic beverage. And every time you take that first sip, your mind believes it's exactly what you need to feel better. And the stress lessens. All of a sudden, you're creating an imprint in your mind saying that alcohol is good, drinking keeps me calm, and those thoughts that we allow to enter into our mind become a strong hold. This includes, other addictions. It doesn't have to be just for alcohol. Because once you relax in any way, once your mind has brought you to that place where you know you're good, it is going to create that imprint. Nobody wants to be an alcoholic. Nobody wants to be an addict, but you do get addicted to those thoughts that you tell yourself about stress equals having alcohol. Alcohol equals becoming calm and relaxing. And this is how that negative feedback loop occurs. There's certainly nothing wrong with having a drink. It is when you tell yourself that you need a drink, or my life is so hard, my relationship is so difficult, and you start to depend on that drink to get you through the day, to make you forget about your problems. Alcohol is only one example. When you don't feel good enough about yourself, you don't feel that you're worthy, or you don't feel that you fit in, you can get addicted with shopping or sex or drugs or food. Your mind will lead you toward pleasure no matter where it will find it, depending on your personality, in whatever way it can, in order to avoid pain. It becomes easier each time to accept the negative input, even when it becomes self-sabotaging. The flip side is if you told yourself happy thoughts and instead say, I'm really stressed out, I need to get out of work, this place is driving me crazy. And then you tell yourself, I want to take a really long walk, or I'm going to go for a long jog. That is going to free me from my stress. I mean, those are the pictures that you're going to put in your head. pictures of putting your shoes on, your sneakers on, pictures of jogging through the forest or walking through the forest, looking at the trees and hearing the birds. You'll create beautiful pictures in your head, and that is where your mind will bring you towards. You know, these are the solutions you can give yourself. Instead of negative solutions, you can give yourself positive solutions. If you look at things negatively, I promise you, you will get negative things back. If you look at things positive, you will get positive things back into your life. In order to promote true healing, we have to start with our thoughts, what we allow to enter into our mind. This includes what other people might be saying about us. If you're hearing someone putting you down all the time and making you feel inadequate, or someone constantly telling you negative things on a daily basis, like even talking about the news nonstop, or if you're talking about the news nonstop, negative, it's imperative to reject that negativity and learn ways to remove it. You might need to turn off the news or turn off what you're hearing people say about you, and maybe even change your environment. It depends on how serious the situation is. This is something you can seek outside help for. It's not always easy knowing what to do in any particular situation, and that's why there's people there to help you. This is something you can think about. Have I been in a situation long enough that I am ready for change now? Face what you haven't been able to change in the past and get different healthy perspectives on your situation. It is not the end of the world. You are going to get over this, and other people in your life that are struggling, they can get over it. You know, there's something called the language of self-healing, and it starts with your thoughts and depends on your intentions. You must first recognize your feelings and be conscious of them as you set positive intentions for your life. And every time you set a positive intention, you are going towards a positive thought and a positive outcome. The first step is to recognize and adjust any negative emotions that creep up into your life. I've had clients tell me that when they counted the negative emotions, they stopped counting because it was going into the hundreds. The idea is to turn them into positive ones. The first time you get that negative emotion, you've got to talk to yourself and say, you know, that's really not the proper way to think about this. I need to change the way I'm thinking. And then you create a positive flip side of that problem. And again, sometimes it's not as easy for you to do it, but you can certainly get help from somebody. So the idea is to turn your negative thoughts into positive and develop love for others that includes loving yourself. So many people have a hard time with that because they don't feel lovable. A parent could have done something wrong to them, but the child will never see that wrong that was done to them. All they will see as a child is that there's something wrong with me, not with my parent. Those are things that you have to work out later in life and understand what's happened. But a lot of people, you know, find it very hard to even forgive themselves for things that they've done. But you don't have to be the one to forgive yourself. There's God. He'll forgive anything you've ever done. This unforgiveness, by the way, can turn into illness and sickness. And that's when things really get bad in your life, because then you become ill. You can help the thoughts that you have. You can turn the ill thoughts into positive thoughts and actually get better. When people are happy and joyful, that sends positive hormones throughout their body. It rushes through their body, and those positive hormones increase serotonin levels, increase oxytocin levels. These levels of hormones that make you feel good actually help you live longer. They give you a reason to live longer. It puts you in a state of happiness and joy. So again, unforgiveness can do the exact opposite. And this is why we want to stay away from having those feelings of unforgiveness. It makes life a lot easier when we just let go and let God. Because when positive thoughts and actions take place, a lot of changes happen. A lot of changes can happen. Your own healing can take place as well on a cellular level. There's so many positive tools that are available to you today, but it's always good to be reminded of them. Okay, you can pray, you can meditate, you can read, you can exercise, you can breathe deeply, drink a lot of clean water, eat healthy, volunteer to help someone, and most of all, think positive when your mind goes in the wrong direction. It's not always that easy, so this is why it's so important to talk to someone who can help you when those self-defeating patterns pop up. I had a brother-in-law who was a compulsive chain smoker. We spend half the night talking all about his addiction. He would literally have one cigarette in the ashtray while he was lighting up another one. It was chain smoking, and he couldn't control what was happening to him. He really couldn't control that addiction. And it was almost like a demonic force holding him down for 30 years. Most people who have a long-term addiction feel that getting rid of it is not available to them. But I'm telling you right now, that is so far from the truth. Any addiction you have is absolutely possible to get rid of it, and it is available to you. And those are the words that you have to say. Whatever it is that you want in your life, this is available to me. And the fact is that you can change any addiction instantly. For me, it was a prayer that changed me instantly. And that's another story, another day. But for my brother-in-law, he had a change of heart and a change in his thinking. As a matter of fact, that night when he went to bed, I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, if he quit smoking, that would be a miracle. And the next day when I woke up, I remember getting breakfast and just sitting at the table, and he came up to me and he said, hey, don't you notice anything different about me? And I looked at him, I go, no, what? He goes, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I go, so? And he said, I haven't had a cigarette and it's 10 o'clock. I would have been through nearly a pack by now. And I was like, oh my God, do you have any like side effects? Are you having nicotine fits? Any detox? And he said, no, I'm absolutely fine. So who's to say that everybody that quits smoking is going to have withdrawals? As a matter of fact, my teacher, Marissa Peer, in my RTT hypnotherapy classes would tell us that even clients of hers who were addicted to heroin quit and had no side effects whatsoever. So what is that telling you? Our mind is so powerful, and what we put into it and how we think. Addictions can leave us. It's not impossible, and it is available to us. So please feel free to share this information with others, especially those who have addictions that feel it's not available to them to be able to quit. And be positive yourself. Forgive people, love yourself. Go help someone less fortunate. than you. And that always pays back tenfold. And I want you to know that you can check me out at www.elitecoachingwithgigi.com and make yourself a 30-minute appointment if you want to talk about what changes you'd like to see happen in your life, or send someone there that you know needs help in their life. It's always good to have that extra person to listen and help you straighten out things. It's only a phone call away. I hope you have a fantastic day. Smile and remember that God loves you.